What a freaking great question. So, this is the conversation about one of the many benefits about FICM tuning, and I guess I'm fired for freaking not bringing it up. Sorry about that. Just didn't think of it. Any FICM tune, recognize that the FICM does not have the ability, it can't jack with timing. When you jack with timing, that's when you increase cylinder head pressures, that's when you blow head gaskets. So you can get the Eco Tune here on the FICM on your Power Stroke 6.0. You can get the 40 horse, the 80 horse, even the 100 horsepower Hercules tune, don't you know? And you are not increasing cylinder head pressures beyond their peak pressures with the OEM tune. That is what's awesome. So you're literally adding fuel to the fire with these tunes, but you're not increasing your peak pressures. All you're doing is you're increasing the amount of time that your cylinders remain under pressure. So as a result of that, there is no increased likelihood, no increased propensity of blowing head gaskets with a FICM tune. That's pretty darn freaking amazing. Now that said, if you get like an SCT based tune or an ECM based tune is what I really mean to say. So I don't, if it's, from SCT or Bully Dog or Diablo or Super Chips or whomever, recognize that those tunes, they make their power by advancing the timing. And so when you do that, that's when you take the chance of, an increased chance of blowing head gaskets. Now, listen, we got customers with, 100,000 miles on their 600 horsepower trucks with, they're running crazy, way bigger turbos, way bigger injectors on stock bolts, and they are doing fine. Why? Because they understand the physics of what's going on. But recognize that I'm the guy whose gassers go 300,000 miles. I mean, I understand the limitations of the vehicle. It's kind of like in another one of my videos, the guy was talking about torque specs. He's like, well, to be totally honest with you, I torque my oil rail bolts down with my 3/8 inch snappy battery powered ratchet and haven't had a problem. Well, it's because you understand what's going on. You've been doing this for a hot minute, and you understand what feels tight. But you don't want to use the German torque spec Guten tight, right? You want it to be right. And so torque specifications do matter, and there are reasons why they exist. And so certainly you can get within a range. I mean, I know I've been wrenching on trucks long enough. I should probably just include this in the other video. I'm on a tangent here. I mean, I can torque anywhere from 0 to 250 foot-pounds without a torque wrench, and I'm going to be within like 3 foot-pounds of the requested spec. But I've been doing it for a minute, right? But even still, I know I'm going to get out my freaking torque wrench. But regardless of any and all that, back to your question, there is absolutely nothing you can do with a FICM tuner to increase the likelihood of blowing head gaskets. That's not the case with ECM-based tunes. We tell people commonly, hey, look, you can pick up like an SCT X4 or Livewire. Our favorite of those is the X4 for reasons, #reasons. We can talk about it. Maybe I'll shoot another video on it. But we just limit it to the 50 horsepower tune, the 50 horsepower tow tune, and you'll probably be fine. Just don't drive it like a 17-year-old. Now, if you do drive it like a 17-year-old, brother, I'm sorry. It's very hard to have sympathy for you. So just recognize that. Also recognize my other video about using commonized versus non-commonized heads. So if you have a late build 06, built after January of 2006, you have 25% thicker bed plates on your, the bottom of your cylinder head. So the likelihood of blowing cylinders, blowing head gaskets on a late build 06 or newer is really, really, really much lower. But that said, nobody wants to go through it. So if we can avoid that hassle for you, can avoid that expense for you, that is a win. So, at any rate, so I don't know if you're a belts guy or belts and suspenders guy or more, but if you don't want to take a chance at all, just use FICM tuning. If you want the best of both worlds from a performance perspective, the 50 horsepower tow tune that comes just standard, the canned tunes they call them with SCT, that's pretty not bad in concert with like the Atlas 40, and you'll be very, very happy. All right, so I hope this helps you with more questions. Feel free to post them in here, and we'll get them asked and answered. Okay, or we'll at least answer. So FICMRepair.com, we're all in this together. I appreciate you guys. Keep them coming.